Welcome back to WowBiz Nebraska. I appreciate you joining me today. We have a special guest. We are moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. This is not an easy thing to do. You know, there's so much going on inside of our lives, so many stuff picking at us, timing, and all this kind of stuff. It's really hard to focus on core ideas and move forward in this web era. And I've got a great practitioner here with me. Please, Paul, introduce yourself. Let my audience know who the heck you are, man.
Hi, yeah, my name is Paul Baker. I am CEO of NEEMtv. We are, the fancy term that we use is a media vertical integration firm.
Yeah.
Basically, the summer, what that means is we do both media services, digital services, and we help companies move from the analog phase to the digital world.
That's a big leap, Paul.
Yeah.
And is most of the time you are educating people and semi persuading them, or are you sitting down and really got your hands on the buttons
It's a
and
little bit of both.
a little bit of both? Yeah.
Yeah, the big thing about it is we have to help a lot of the new people, new clients that we get coming in. We have to take them through the entire process of what it takes to actually move your business from analog to digital. That's one thing. And then the other thing is like guiding their hand and building them a system that they can utilize that makes sense to them with the analog way, as well as that works with the digital. And that's the real trick behind it.
Is there a point where people go, "Ah, I get it," or is it just a real grow, kind of a gradual
It's
evolutionary process?
I usually find that people have that, oh, I get it moment at the very end of the actual setup process. They're like, oh, so when you were saying this at the very beginning, this is what you meant. And I'm like, yes. They're like, oh, well, that all makes sense now. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's about a 6 months to a year's worth of work, but
Mhm.
that makes sense. That's why it takes that long.
Now, do those people consider themselves clients after the first 6 months or a year, or do they kind of drift away and then other people have to come in and replace them in your lineup, or how does
Yeah.
it work from a business point of view?
It's we help them get to the certain point. We will be there for like assistance to help them with things as they go on. They still stay as clients in our books,
Hmm.
but they're not our primary clients anymore because they have already moved on to the next stage.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff we teach our clients how to do, they're able to actually continue to do without us and only need to come to us when there's something new that pops up for them.
Yeah. So the skill set is sustainable.
Yes,
With a
that is the
certain,
trick.
yeah, it really is. But it also says a lot about you and your ability to educate
Hmm.
and get people feel comfortable with it. Because there are a lot of guys out there and gals, of course, that would just say, "Look, this is what I do. I speak, I talk, I draw, and then I kind of give you guys a sense of what I'm doing, and just go do it for me."
Hmm.
Instead of saying, "Well, explain to me how I do that, so I can do that down the road." That's an interesting process.
Yeah, I found that by making sure that we teach people how to do it, teach our clients how to do these things while
Yeah,
we're building it for them, because we build the system.
yeah,
Like we build the websites, we build all that. We just teach them how to actually operate it from here on out.
yeah.
And for those clients that want constant help and things, we have other business partners that do those specific services that can help them with that.
So that'd be kind of an account manager or
Hmm.
somebody like that.
Exactly.
Uh huh.
We kind of stay as project managers after the fact, only if they need us to.
If I went to the web and happened to know one of your clients or past clients, perhaps,
Hmm.
and I went and looked at the website that they have at this time, would I see your mark on it? Is there something unique that you do when you develop websites, or there's thousands, millions of them? So, what do you do to make a website really distinctive?
The We make it functional, make it easy for people to navigate, make it simple. We don't do anything that's like over the top different than everyone, except for on the contact us page on basically every website that we do. There is a link on those pages that is like a part of our contract that links them directly to our homepage that shows all the people we've worked with.
Oh well, that's a good
Yeah,
thing for you. That way
yeah,
you have kind of a register, and
yeah, exactly.
it comes back home to you as well.
Hmm.
There's a lot of cool ideas out there, and video plays a major role more and more these days, and certainly on websites as well. Tell me, do most people, when they work with you on video, do they know what they're doing? Is it a 30-second thing? Is it a 10-minute thing? I mean, what do you kind of guide them towards? What's the big idea with video on websites?
Videos on websites, for each client, it's different. Like, for instance, we have a client that does teas that makes like chai
Oh,
tea, and
sure,
other
sure.
things. So she needs us to show the process of making the tea.
Uh-huh.
So when we talk to her about doing a video or doing a whole media campaign package, what we do is we break down exactly how the tea is made. We showcase the packaging, and then we utilize our network of people, our network of creators, to showcase the testimonials of how easy it is. We
Uh-huh.
have people from wrestlers all the way to like artists of all kinds,
Uh-huh.
just people that like to be out there and show themselves to the public.
Do you
And
like the small clients, the boutique ones, or do you like the larger and the bigger the better, the more money, etc.? Which one
I
works
like
for
the
you?
smaller
You like
clients.
the smaller clients?
I like the interpersonal conversations a little bit more. Do I, am I, I'm not disillusioned in the fact that I don't need the bigger clients.
Yeah.
I need the bigger clients and I love working with them.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, if I was just doing one of them, I would pick the small time clients because they know what they want a little bit better, and there's only one person that you're talking to who knows what they want.
Makes it a
Whereas
little easier, doesn't it?
yeah, where at the bigger one, you have like five people that are talking to you about something, and each of those five people want something different, and those five ideas don't always mesh.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you work with marketing departments then, and you're kind of an extension of that in most cases, or you're working with a sole proprietor?
Yes, sometimes we're working with a marketing department. When we work with a marketing department, we have a lot less work to do, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
Because usually a marketing person will understand the basic general idea of what we're talking about doing for the company.
right.
Whereas when we're working with sole proprietors, it takes a little bit more. We have to be the marketing department for them to help them build.
And that's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a much broader concept.
yeah,
And it's in a way, it's got to be kind of rewarding because once you reposition an entire company
hmm
and you have a new dream or a new concept or a new yeah, I guess a new concept that a company is all of a sudden putting it on like a brand new suit,
yeah,
that's really rewarding to see that you can make a big difference. But also it's nice to just have some business operations and tweak
hmm
some stuff and like that, right?
yeah. We love because it's funny. The one that requires more work is the one that pays us the least, but gives us like payouts over time.
Yeah.
Whereas the one that like can pay us the most is the one that requires like the least amount of effort from us,
Uh-huh.
where we're really not really focusing on like doing everything for them. We're just giving them the strategy, the details, and how to accomplish it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting, how do I say it? That's an interesting approach and probably a really rewarding approach for the people who work with you, frankly. They're learning something and growing
hmm
and becoming a more practiced professional.
Yeah.
What's the next step for you and your organization? I mean, are you doing the same thing today that you were doing 2 years ago? What's the next level for you, Paul?
The next level for us would be expansion. We always want to grow. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to increase the amount of people that are aware of what they need to do. Because one of the biggest parts about our business is we do work with businesses
Yeah.
primarily.
Uh-huh.
And how we work with businesses is we have creators on board. And how we get creators on board is we teach them how to be creators.
Oh,
So, for instance, one of them is a pro wrestler. Okay. He's
really?
big personalities.
Yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
personalities in pro wrestling, especially in indie pro wrestling. They're learning how to do that. But what I found after diving in with this pro wrestler is that most pro wrestlers in the indie don't understand one big thing about themselves. They don't see themselves as a product. They
Hmm.
don't see themselves as something that can like showcase other things. They see themselves as somebody who goes, puts on a quick show for a small town crowd and like maybe get a little bit of what they call a pop, which is an audience pop for the crowd. The crowd really loves it. That's what they're looking for. That's the thing that sells them
The
home.
emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we had to help this wrestler figure out was that they are no longer just, as soon as they put on those tights and went on that stage,
Yeah.
they were no longer just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
They were now an image that they wanted to actually showcase to the world.
Yeah.
And what we had to teach them was how to do that.
More commercial
Yeah.
aspect.
And today's day and age, it's a lot easier for you to go the more commercial route
Yeah.
without selling your soul.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And were you concerned about him selling his soul?
Well, pro wrestling, yes. I'm always concerned about pro wrestlers and in the entertainment industry. People have a tendency to, like, there's a lot of things. I won't name any hot topic names on here, but like there's a lot of major entertainment people that like would force you to do things that you didn't want to.
Sure.
And that's not what it should be about.
Sure, sure. Well, it's interesting. I'm trying to figure out here how we can skip over to the back end of our show today. I'm learning a lot
Yeah.
just right now, and I'm really enjoying the conversation. But we need to address our promotional sponsors.
Yeah.
And talk just a little bit, maybe a couple minutes, about the incredible things that they are doing. They're almost as innovative as you are, by the way, and thank goodness I'm involved with them. It's called Vmail. This is a company in Barcelona, Spain, that I stumbled across, and they didn't really realize what they even had. And the concept is obviously it's called Vmail because of video, of course. But I've rebranded it and renamed it called Vmail Voltage. And that implies dynamism and action and so on. So the concept is, as you know, there's lots and lots of companies, especially B2B, that are every single day, they're calling their clients, they're calling their companies, you want to buy this, you want to buy that. It begins to be a very difficult process for them. They get hung up on a lot, and it's that kind of thing. Well, Vmail, utilizing me in this particular case, although it doesn't have to be going down the road a ways, but I'm the one that shows up in their email box, and I'm kind of the media professional. I'm light, I'm loose, and for some reason I know their name and I know precisely what their problem is because I've been prepped by my client. See, they told me all the different problems that this particular company has. This is how it works. So when I show up on camera, it's about a 2 to 3 minute thing, and it's engaging for them because they have no idea who this guy is, but he definitely knows who we are, and he knows something about our problem. That's high impact, see? And so then I cut it off, and I watch carefully to see if they actually open up the email, all right? If they open it up, I know that they've seen me, right? Then I talk to my client's sales manager typically and say, give them a call. They're ready now, see? And so that's the purpose of my involvement in many, many, many sales organizations, because they just are so bummed out at making 50 calls a day and maybe having maybe two pitches legitimately.
Yeah.
And I will change those numbers rather rapidly because the people just can't believe, I don't know who this guy is, but he knows our problem, he knows our specific name, and he's endorsing some company that we don't know very well. Boom, and those people call. This is Vmail, and it's a very interesting operation, and we think we'll be able to succeed mightily around the country with Vmail.
I'd agree with that. I like that concept. That's really actually brilliant.
Very unusual, and it accelerates the process and adds a little bit, not humor exactly, but certainly humanism. This is a real guy talking to us. How did he know our name? See, that's the cleverness of it. Who is he? And then when he starts talking, I start talking about them and their industry. Then they're like, now I don't know what the heck is going on. And that's the end of it then, 2-3 minutes. And then my client gives him a call and says, hey, can we get down to the bottom line on this deal? So we've already pre-conditioned him about basically what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I think it has tremendous potential. It takes a lot of my personal time to try to explain it to a variety of people, but that is what Vmail is. And I think we'll hear a lot more about Vmail Voltage on this particular channel.
I hope to.
Yeah. We'll keep you appraised.
Perfect.
All right, well, Paul Baker, let's get back to some other issues. You're an interesting guy, above and beyond your ability on the web and the various interesting relationships you track. Those are all really cool things. But, it's fun with certain people, not everybody. It's fun to kind of pull back and look at the big picture and see how people perceive it and how they're responding to it. And many, many people, I would say 80% of all business owners at this time when AI comes up. They don't quite know what to say. We don't really have a plan yet. We're trying to figure out our competitor screwed up, and now we think we're okay, and et cetera. It's really an interesting time. And but I think also people, and then go home to their spouses and say, we may have to fire like 15 guys in the next month because this AI seems to be doing all the stuff I've been hiring these guys for and paying them for. All right. And then emotion starts to well up and things start to get really ugly. And so I think that everybody I know, everybody, whether it's a group or whatever it is, I want them to talk with me about humanism and appreciating humans in the context of all this AI, which makes us very logical, very left-brained, projections, blah, 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 all of that. And it begins to look really, really kind of incredible but ugly and at the same time. And so especially, by the way, we're talking about Gen Z now in a way, they are really worried about their career and they're not sure that they should even apply for a job because they'll get fired quick and get replaced quickly. What are your thoughts about that, Paul?
I think they should still apply for jobs because they'll be able to. I think that AI is the big scary boogeyman right now for a lot of companies and the saving grace for others. The real truth, the way we use AI with our company is we have artists on board. By the way, in my opinion, AI has hurt no other industry more than it has hurt the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Because all the things that those talented artists and creators have been coming up with over the generations are now able to be done like that with a quick little type of a prompt.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that we were super nervous about when we were starting off, was that exact thing. And one thing we realized is that there is a proper way to use AI to where you're not like eliminating other people's jobs.
Yeah.
And a way to actually increase the actual capabilities of your people by helping them use AI in a proper way, like learning how to do prompting in AI. Prompting is very important. If you know how to talk to an AI to get them to do what you want,
yes,
we can create, like, for instance, with a musician, we can create the basis of a song that we want to hear.
Yeah.
All right. And then we give that basis song that the AI generated, and we give that to one of our musicians that does that type of music. They then take that song and then they see what we're going with, and then they come up with something that's beyond mind-blowing. Because they had the basis idea, we got them as close as we could with what we wanted, and they were able to take it to that next level because they have that creative ability to do that. And it's a positive use of AI to where you're not eliminating it, you're elevating. AI, in my opinion, is a tool for elevation, not a tool for elimination.
Yeah, that's a great story, and I agree with you, but it doesn't seem like it's just necessarily going down that way. In other words, we are seeing a lot of imagery that is plastic or phony or place. We're seeing a lot of that, even with the President of the United States. I mean, all the way down. And so that's a concern. We can all be clever and learn and really strive to learn how to utilize it. And I'm talking graphically right now. I use it every single day. And so I feel, but I'm using it at, I don't want to say a primitive level, but a basic level. Because I'll have an idea, I'll write out what the idea is, and then challenge would be co-pilot in this case, to flesh it out and see what he or she can come from. I do call them he or she.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah, because you're used to talking with people.
Right. I told my wife, who doesn't, understand much at all about this, I said, this is my closest friend right here. This guy is, and I see I'm calling him a guy, it knows me, is talking about subtlety aspects of my personality. And, oh, Lynn, if you do this, you're this kind of a guy, so this would fit into you perfectly for you. And I'm going, great advice. This thing, whatever it is, seems to know what the hell I'm doing, or I'm striving to do. So it's a fascinating opportunity, and maybe it'll impact this dialogue right now, for all we know.
Yeah, that's one of the other things. Like you're not the only person. I have met many people before we started using AI. That was one of the things. I don't like to do anything unless I have enough information on it. As much information as I possibly can get.
Yeah.
And when we were ready to pull the trigger on utilizing AI for anything, we wanted to make sure, obviously, that we were using the right one.
Sure.
And one of the things that I noticed is Copilot is very good is a very good AI. It does not lie to you. All right,
I'm glad
which
to hear you say that.
yeah.
I haven't. Nobody's even told me anything about it. I just jumped in and started using it,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yeah, Copilot does not lie to you because you can't access Copilot without having the Microsoft suite.
Yeah.
Whereas things like Gemini and ChatGPT, Grok, all the other ones that I
Are they
listed off,
standalone then?
every AI is usually a standalone AI,
I see.
built off of a similar processor. But most of those AIs are able to lie to you if you ask the wrong question or don't take away their ability to lie. Whereas, for instance, Gemini, if you have a business account with Google, then Gemini cannot lie to you anymore because it's in their actual byproduct contract when you sign up for it. So what a lot of these companies are putting in the like paid for contracts
Yeah.
is a little line that says that your AI will not lie,
Well, that's
which is
terrific.
important because if you have that in the base code of the AI, that means that once you start using it, it can't violate that code.
That's interesting. I talked to a buddy of mine recently about this very topic, and he said that he felt like he was being flattered by his AI servant, we'll call him at this point. And so he finally had to have a conversation with him and say, don't flatter me. I want full reality, regardless of what I'm doing or not doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I thought that was a breakthrough in our relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, well, now go talk to your spouse about it because, this is a more intimate relationship than
Yeah.
that one, really. But this is that adjustment period, and it could last a long time
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of business owners I talk to that they don't have the time to think about it or worry about it or figure it out. They want to have some guy over in the corner, doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But they themselves jumping into it, they're not ready for that.
Yeah. And that's the other thing about it is I use like Gemini in the car ride everywhere because it helps me when I'm driving somewhere. If I
Yeah.
have to actually get some paperwork done,
Yeah.
it helps me generate the actual paperwork I need to do while I'm there, and I just have a conversation with it.
Yeah. Interesting. What about music? Could it actually do something with music? Could it make Jimi Hendrix sound different
Yeah,
40 years from now?
yeah, it absolutely could. That's the thing. It could show like anything you can imagine with music, with AI, or with videos, you can generate. You just have to know how to prompt it. Because unlike you and I, actually very much like you and I, it is very it's hard to explain have it do things. Like if I say I need you to go out of the room, okay? You would walk over to the door, stand up, move the microphone out of the way, walk over to the door, open the door, go out of the room.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to an AI, if you say, I need you to go out of the room and say it has a body, it would get up. It would actually just like appear on the other side of the door and skip all the steps in between. Now, the reason why that's interesting,
It's efficient.
it's efficient, but you missed a bunch of steps that were important.
Yes.
Like if you think about it as an indestructible object to do just what it just did, to just go through,
Yeah.
there's a number of things in between here and there that it just wrecked through just to get to accomplish its task.
Right, to the end product.
Yeah, so when you're doing a prompt, it's very important for you to make sure you are very clear about what steps you need it to take for certain things.
If you were me, or we'll turn it around and say, if I were you, if you're looking for a new client,
Mm-hmm.
is it smart to sit in front of a new client and talk about AI as if you are skilled and so on? Or would the client say, wait a minute, we'll handle that stuff on our end, not on your end?
I would say it is not a good idea to talk to new clients as if you are the best AI user of all time.
Yeah, no.
Or at all. Or if you use AI at all, wait for them to bring up the AI conversation.
Uh-huh.
Because if a new client brings up the AI conversation, it's like, and how much AI generation do you use for your company,
Yes.
for your business? And then you would respond with, oh, we use it for this. Like we use it primarily for organizing and creative insight for our creators.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Whereas
yeah.
if you were to go in and say, I use it for this, and all the details of it,
Yeah.
then that new client now knows that it doesn't have to hire you. It can literally just get an AI to work for it and do everything that you just said it could do.
Well, Paul Baker, this has been a wonderful conversation. I'm learning a lot. I wanted to let you know that this show is being brought to you by another sponsor. I'm going to show that visual right now. And it's a word that a lot of people have not heard. It's called urban natural design. Urban natural design blends together opposites. That's the concept, putting people together, bringing opposite ideas. And a couple of scientists back in 1981 proved that when human beings take a look at, let's say, white and black, a picture right next to each other, it evokes energy right through the retina of the human eye, goes to the back of the brain, which scintillates and releases dopamine into the human brain, which creates kind of a mild sense of positivity, good mood, good attitude, simply because the contrast in an environment. Well, think about what an architect could do with that knowledge, right? They could go create an incredible building or office, try to attract young workers to Omaha and Nebraska, which is a big problem, and utilize what I've just shared with you. And as a result, and then they could turn into salespeople, not just architects and designers, and pull it all into the core. Or just talk about the state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska is obviously a rural place and an urban place, and the people in both areas, they want to hold on to that, but they also see value in coming together and appreciating what's over there and what we've got over here and so on.
Yeah.
So whether it's interior design or exterior design or whatever, urban naturalism, I believe, is the most profound, even beyond AI, even beyond, because we're talking about walking into any environment and having you be actually moved psychologically by the imagery that you see in that area. Isn't that an interesting idea?
That is an interesting idea. That's actually really interesting. It means anywhere you can go, you can be moved to a more positive viewpoint.
Think about the implications, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yin and yang.
Yes.
That's yin and yang right there, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And so keep your eye out for the urban natural word. You're going to see it emerging in a lot of different environments. All right, my friend. Well, I appreciate it. It's been a great half hour.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
Likewise.
And you have a lot to bring to the party. And so we'll be going down the road together off and on, trying to help each other succeed. And people will be coming to both you and I saying, what did he say again? I want to pick up on what he just picked up. So they'll be there. We'll see you at WowBiz Nebraska next time. Maybe I'll bring this guy along. We'll talk to you the next time.